Nice, simple tattoos. Today we trade with Patrick Bates, also known as European Sun, handpoke tattoo artist from Brighton. We talked Pomeranians, pioneers, and dyslexia. Welcome to TradeMark.
Qu'est-ce qu'il a dans le dos? Un tatouage.
Et le tatouage est une façon aussi de fixer le temps, de fixer une époque.
On dirait une reproduction d'un Modigliani.
Eh bien, cela montre combien le tatouage est un besoin.
Je vous laisse avec ces aiguilles.
Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Hello, Patrick.
Hello.
Welcome to my basement. We're gonna talk about tattoos today and whatever we feel like. I always like to start with meeting the nickname first before meeting the actual person hiding behind. Your name on Instagram, which is how I got to know you first, is European Sun 222.
Yeah.
Why? What's the background story of that?
It used to be European Sun 420. And then I thought I was getting shadow banned, so I changed it. But
420 is my birthday, actually.
yeah, and because I blaze, the 420 is
Yeah.
kind of jokes. But the European Sun part is just a Velvet Underground song. And that was the song I was listening to in 2014 when I opened Instagram.
And was it like a personal Instagram or was it already for tattoo?
It was a personal. Well, I'd been tattooing for a while before that on myself and some friends. And then, I think I got a smartphone for the first time.
Yeah.
And everyone was talking about Instagram and how cool it was. So for the first 6 months, it was like a personal one because I wasn't a tattooist. I was like a social care worker.
Oh,
And,
you too.
Yeah, that's why me and Kevin bonded a lot. It's because we both did the same job.
Wow.
And then, I just wanted to make a change in my life and loved tattoos, was covered in tattoos and had tattooed myself a lot and just hated my job, hated, my life at the time and started tattooing. And then I posted what I was doing.
Yeah.
And that was by 2016, I'd quit my regular job. And then in 9 months, I had 100,000 followers.
Yeah.
So I was a tattooist then. So then it became a tattoo account.
Yeah. Okay, I see. And your actual name is Patrick Bates?
Yeah, Bates.
Right. And when you go about in life, I don't know about English conversation, but in French we tend to introduce ourselves through our job, our occupation.
Yeah.
When you go about in life and meet new people, how do you introduce yourself? Who are you?
In England, especially in the working class community, you don't really ask that of someone.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, when I meet them, if they're like a customer or someone from the internet, they know I'm a tattooist.
Yeah.
But if I have even with a jacket on, you can see my hands and my neck and my face. So people say, "Oh, you must be a tattooist," and I say, "Yeah, I'm a tattooist." But
and do you mind that, or do you like?
No, it's cool. It's cool.
Matching the image of a tattoo artist, you know what I mean?
I mean, I guess I'm more heavily tattooed than almost everyone.
Yes.
So, and I'm very tall, and so people show an interest in just me when I walk past. So people see the tattoos and they think, "Oh, you must be a tattooist." And
they're right.
Nowadays, that's a good thing, but 25 years ago, that would have been a bad thing.
Yeah.
So it's crazy how it's changed and how far tattooing has come along. Because before I was a tattooist, if people saw me, they'd think I was a criminal or a scumbag. But now people see me and I look the same way, but they think, "Oh, you must be some nice tattooist or artist or whatever." So the public perception of being heavily tattooed has changed.
Oh yeah, no, it's kind of cool or artsy or oh yeah, I see.
Yeah.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 43.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Wow. And so you started tattooing before 2014, you said?
Yeah, I mean, I've been tattooing myself for 20 something years, but I was never into art or anything.
Oh yeah.
I was never drawn to that. And how I grew up, it was seen as like a weakness to be into something like art.
Yeah.
Like you would get, robbed or bullied, or someone would think you was weak.
Yeah, it was kind of nerdy, or
Not just nerdy, but like literally, like you'd get robbed. If you told someone you'd into drawing, you'd be seen as weak. And in my neighborhood, you couldn't show any weakness.
okay. Where'd you grow up?
Like the south coast of England and a bit of London, and then I moved to America when I was 17.
Oh wow.
So, but it was a generation thing. Like in the old days, in the working class community, having a hobby meant that you wasn't working. Like you wasn't really poor. You wasn't really how people was. So you could have said anything. You could have, saying you was an artist was like saying you wanted to be a ballet dancer.
Yeah.
If you're around drug dealers and criminals and armed robbers, and you say, "Oh yeah, I like drawing," their first thought would be, "You're weak. Like
Okay.
you need to get tough." So it wasn't until I moved back to England in like 2004 that contemporary art and modern art became a thing. And all of a sudden, you didn't need like a degree to do art.
Yeah.
You didn't need to just draw like realistic portraits of horses to be an artist. You could do abstract work, minimal work, and I saw that tattooing changed then, and then I was just obsessed after that. So I'm happy that it became a job eventually.
Yeah. Do you come from like a, I don't, sounds weird, tattooed background? Like, are your parents tattooed, or?
No, my parents are definitely not. Like my mum's parents was South American, and I don't know where her dad was from, maybe like North Africa, but they was quite, like traditional. Like they wouldn't get tattoos. And my dad, his family's from Ireland, and they was quite like traditional as well.
Okay.
So, but I didn't grow up with my parents that much, so I was around other people.
Yeah.
And a lot of the people I was around, like kind of people I stayed with or people that looked out for us, they was like coming in and out of prison a lot. So they would get tattoos, and I saw that. And yeah, I just was fascinated by it. And
Yeah.
like, I didn't really go to school that much, but sometimes I'd go, and like kids, because it was a really poor area, like 13, 14-year-old kids would come in with new tattoos, like done in shops and everything.
Whoa.
And I was just like, wow. And then I just, as a kid, experimented with just like a sewing needle and some ink from a pen. But you gotta remember that's like in the 90s. So
Yeah.
it was very different back then. But my actual parents never.
No.
They gave me a real hard time when they saw that I was getting tattoos. So,
I got my first, like the day I turned 18.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
was already like, it was a thing. Even though I had just turned 18, I
Yeah,
was the
yeah.
first one of my like friends to get one.
Yeah,
So like
yeah.
13, 14 sounds
yeah.
crazy, but like,
Yeah, but it was like a grimy period, And even in the UK, at the time,
yeah.
tattooing, it didn't really become even a part of mainstream society till like 2005. And I was already like 24 by then. So I saw a lot of changes, but it's been great. And then, of course, now you have a studio like this and
Yeah.
and other places, and tattooists are doing really interesting work. So I think tattooing has gotten way better since I've been around, and I think it will just continue to get better.
Hopefully so.
Yeah, I reckon so.
I think one of my first, like my earliest tattoo memory is in London, actually. When I came, like, it was a school trip, like 3 days or something. And we went to Camden
Yeah.
Town. And I remember the shops and the, like, special, like, the fronts, they were
Yeah.
very styled. And
Yeah.
I just figured. I never thought
Camden
about
is the
that.
place you go if you just want to, like, walk in quick tattoo.
Yeah.
Crowded. And
I mean,
there's-
now I would never.
Nah, sometimes it's
Me-
nice to experience that,
And-
even as someone that's used to a
Yeah.
more refined space. But yeah, and for tattooists, if you don't really care what you tattoo and you just want to be busy, then you go work in Camden.
Yeah.
But Camden, as far as the tattoo scene in London goes, is a bit separate to the rest of the city.
Yeah, I can imagine. I don't know that much about the London scene, but
There's a lot of shops.
yeah, because we haven't had that much London tattoo artists.
I don't know why that is. But,
which is like an hour and a half away, 2
yeah,
hours
it's
away.
easy.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Maybe
But
it's too close. Maybe they're like, why would it be different in Paris? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't understand why. Seems strange.
Yeah, I'll
'Cause
look
there's
into it.
some good tattooists there.
Yeah.
But I don't know what like other tattooists do. You know, if I've always been pretty into doing guest spots regularly.
Yeah.
But then I don't know if maybe other people in London, they're happy just to be in London. I don't know.
Because you work in London, but you're mainly in Brighton,
Yeah,
right?
I live in Brighton, and I got my own studio in Brighton, but I go work in London every week because it's just like an hour on the train, so it's real easy to get to, and it's nice, you know.
You get your dose of big city.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know if Brighton is a big city.
It's a small city, but it's very busy, very compact, like tons of bars, restaurants, shops, but only like 250,000 people.
Okay.
So it looks like a part of London, but it's tiny.
It's like the seaside of London.
Yeah,
Is it like
it's the closest
London
beach to
Beach?
London. Yeah. So when the weather's nice at the weekend, like half of London come down.
And did you move there to have like some quiet but still be close to
it's
the
not,
city?
It's not
or-
quiet. Like it's a busy
Oh no, yeah,
city.
you said it's busy. That's
like
right.
hella tourists, hella students, hella people just coming down from London. It's one of the most crowded cities in the UK.
Okay,
But
wow.
just geographically it's small, which for me is great because there's a million coffee places, there's a million restaurants, there's a million bars and clubs, but you can walk from one side to the other in an hour, so it's really like accessible.
Yeah.
And so I was able to live just a little bit outside the city centre, but it's still only a 30-minute walk to the city.
Okay.
But I got a garden,
that's
I got a
cute.
quiet street, and I got a dog and a cat and stuff. So
What breed is your dog?
a Pomeranian.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't figure you with
Yeah.
a Pomeranian.
Yeah, and a black cat.
Oh, wow. The Pomeranian, they're the tiny,
small,
puffy
fluffy ones,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But Brighton's a nice city. It's got a good tattoo
Yeah.
scene. And because it's so close to London, if a tattooist works there and someone in London wants to get tattooed, they love coming to the
Yeah,
beach.
they
you
just,
know.
yeah. That's nice. You make me want to visit Brighton.
Yeah, come visit. It's the most liberal city on the whole planet, without a doubt.
That's interesting.
We have the biggest Pride event in all of Europe by far, and we had the first ever trans Pride like 15 years ago, and now that's
15 years ago.
yeah, the first ever on the planet. And I was there. It was just a couple tables in a park, but now tens of thousands of people come. And it was Pride last weekend or the weekend before, and Mariah Carey headlined. So like big names: Britney
Oh,
Spears,
wow.
Christina Aguilera,
Whoa.
Kylie Minogue, Black Eyed Peas, and this year Mariah Carey.
Okay, I'll be there next year with Kevin.
Yeah. I mean, Kevin loved it. Like, he had a really nice time, and yeah, people smiled there. Which I love London, I love Paris, I love New York, but it's such like a harsh environment.
Yes.
That people are just caught up in how cramped they are or how busy it is, and of course you're going to feel angry or at least like not happy.
Yeah.
Whereas in
Anxious.
Brighton, because it's so small, it doesn't take long to get anywhere, so people can just stop and not be rushing and not so cramped. And that.
Oh, that
So
sounds lovely.
it's a nice city. It doesn't have the same like galleries and posh shops and
I
that,
don't care.
but if you like a little coffee, a little food, a little drink, and being on the beach, it's nice.
You're a great Brighton advocate.
And for me, it's like home. It's literally
Yeah.
like 10 kilometers from where I grew up.
Okay.
So I grew up on the same beach, so it's quite nice for me to just go down to the beach and be like, I've been here most of my life.
Is it Sandy Beach or...
Nah, Pebbles.
Pebbles?
Yeah.
Come on. What is
I
it
wish
with
it was
Pebbles?
sandy. But for some reason in Britain, we love a pebbly beach.
Okay, fine.
I don't know why.
Fine. I'll come anyway. Because, I grew up here and
Yeah.
I'm really fond of Paris, but
Yeah.
I'm never able to explain why.
Yeah.
Because for me, it's just anxiety.
Yeah.
Like, I have nothing to defend,
Yeah.
but it's just, this is my home and this
Yeah.
is where I like to be.
Yeah.
Even though it's terrible. But
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same in Brighton. Like, a lot of people come and they're like, oh my God, it's too busy. Like,
yeah.
there's homeless people everywhere. There's substance abuse everywhere. Yeah. But for me, I love it. Like,
Yeah. I'll
yeah.
come experience it.
Yeah.
I'll let you know, guys. Okay, my key question, and it seems to be the trickiest for everyone, I would like you to describe your tattooing style using only 3 words, please.
I mean, I guess what everyone else called it is ignorant style, which I never called it
What
that.
would
but,
you call it? That's what interests me.
Just simple tattoos, but that's only 2 words. Nice, simple tattoos.
Okay, that's fine by me.
Yeah.
And do you, what is your usual, creation process? Like, are you the kind that just sits at the table and be like, okay, I'm gonna produce,
I never draw, I never do designs. I don't like that side of it.
yeah?
I don't want anything other than my style to impact what the customer gets.
Mm-hmm.
Because I never was into art, I have Flash, I have hundreds of designs, but I only draw Flash like once every 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
Because, I don't want to influence what the customer picks other than the style.
Yeah, but when it comes to words,
Yeah,
are
they tell
you...
me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
It's
never do
only-
my own.
Okay.
I'll listen to a song lyric and write it down and post it, but I never tattoo it.
Okay.
It's always the customer. I wouldn't have it any other way. Like with me, I don't like the idea of me being superior to someone just because I'm good at tattooing.
Okay.
And I say this to my customers, but the reason I got into tattooing most of anything is I was always in tattoo shops and I always heard tattooists talking like they was better than their customers. I'm in charge, I know this. And then when the customer leaves, they'd make fun of them. So I said to myself, well, there's a gap in the market for someone that actually cares and actually respects people and actually wants to give them what they want, not what the tattooist thinks is the right choice. So I said, if I become a tattooist, I'm never gonna gossip, if I don't want to tattoo it, I don't tattoo it. If I don't like the person, which never happens, I wouldn't tattoo them. And that's it. It doesn't, just because there's money involved, I'd rather forget the money and have integrity.
Yeah.
So I saw these tattooists complaining, talking, and I've always been heavily tattooed. So I heard so many stories from people saying, oh, I wanted a blue flower and he made me get red. I wanted it on my arm, he made me get it on my back. I wanted it this size, he made me get it this size. And I look at it, I'm like, that's a pretty good tattoo. They're like, yeah, but they didn't listen to me.
Yeah.
They was more concerned with what they wanted than what I wanted. And we've all been there. If you've been a tattoo customer and you've got enough tattoos, you probably would have experienced that.
Yeah.
And I hated that idea. So all I wanted to do was have a style, the handwriting or the drawing. But then the customer says, write this or draw this, because I hate the idea of losing control in anything. You order a takeaway and they forget something, and then you feel like, I really wanted them chips or whatever.
Yes.
Or you book a flight, like I got a flight later, it's delayed already, and you think, damn, I paid £300 for that and it's an hour late already. So that to me is relinquishing control of that situation. And what I wanted to do and what I've done and what I'm most proud of, and the reason I never draw or do designs, is that I want both myself and my customer to have 100% control. So if the customer likes the style, the handwriting usually, then they pick the words, they tell me where it goes, they tell me what size it is. So that's their priority.
Yeah.
And if they get that, then they feel like they've had 100% control of the session. And my only priority is to do some nice tattoos on some nice people. So for my sessions, we both have 100% control. And I think that's quite rare. And that's why I don't need to or like saying, this is what I like, you should like it too. As long as it's in the style, I'll like whatever they like.
Because like it's interesting because you can have, like, as a tattooist, you can have an opinion, a taste.
Yeah, it's good to be opinionated. It's good to even have a style. And if you're telling people, for example, I only tattoo flash, then that's great. And if the customer interacts with that and likes it and wants to get it tattooed, then that's the perfect session. But I just found that I'll draw 20 designs and someone's like, oh, you know where you draw that shark? Draw me a chicken. So I'm like, why? So people just see me as a tattooist with a very pronounced style. But then they can tell me whatever they want. So I've learned that, you know, being creative all the time is hard. Drawing all the time is hard. No one's having the best possible ideas all the time. So I just said, well, I'm just not going to do it.
I got it.
And I just let my customers, like every tattoo I've done this week has just been like, oh, I like the handwriting, write these words, or I like the drawing, draw this.
That's nice. And I guess it turns every of your tattoos into like 100% like collaboration.
Yeah, exactly.
Between you
Yeah,
and the
100%.
customer. It's
100%.
both of you fully.
And we both need each other. So we both have to be on our best behavior. So for me, it's about being on time, being prepared, being calm. And for the customer, you know, you guide them in a way where they feel like they're guiding the situation, but I am as well. And I just realized that you end up with the best sessions that way.
Yeah.
And the amount of people that come to me for a 5-minute tattoo, but they say, I've waited, and they leave and we have a hug and they say, I'm going to come back. And 1 million people have my handwriting now. You know, if anyone that knows about the tattoo scene in the last 15 years, every tattooist has the same handwriting as me these days.
Yeah.
That's not a coincidence. But
you're pioneer.
Yeah, but people still like recognize mine. And for me, like, a word's a word and people can do it. But I feel like the whole package is the reason that people come back to me and travel the whole world to come see me. And even if it's a 10-minute tattoo, they're going to leave feeling a sense of pride in the fact that they could have been quite specific. Oh no, I want it there, but I'm going to move it there. And they're like, yeah, I spoke what I wanted. I told him to move it and he moved it. So they're like, boom, that was a good session, even if it was just one small word.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm most proud of and what I think I contributed to changing in the tattoo scene overall, is that you can expect, you know, a great tattoo and a great session. In the old days, to get a great tattoo, you might have had to sacrifice, you know, being respected and dignified and valued. And to get a great session from a nice person, you might have had to sacrifice the quality of the tattoo. But what I wanted to show people is you can get a world-leading tattoo and have a world-leading session with someone that you can walk away from with nothing else being like, oh yeah, they listened to me. Yeah, I got what I wanted. Oh yeah, you know, I was able to voice my opinion. And I think if that's what the change that I inspired in tattooing, I'm way more proud of that than like the style of tattooing or the way I tattoo or the followers or the whatever. I am super proud that now people won't accept someone treating them badly just because they're a good tattooist. I could care less if people think I'm good or an artist, but I do care that they think that I respect what I do, my colleagues, my customers, even people online, you know, I respect them fully. So... Oh,
I'm happy we have that conversation.
Oh, yeah.
No, really, Because like I always like what I think about like my podcast is like I'm trying to build the bridge between tattooists and customers.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I'm not a tattooist, but I'm not your day-to-day customer as well.
No.
And I want to bring people at my spot because it's very interesting, and like I want like customers to know the background and know the people that they give their skin to.
Yeah.
And it's very important to have like speeches like yours, like ideas like yours, and because we meet a lot of tattoos that don't care or care about like stupid things like notoriety or
Well, you can have both though. You can.
Yeah.
I care about them things. Like you can care about
Of
everything, but you just got to be a good person. That's it. Like some people can, but some people can't.
Yeah.
And tattooing, it gives people a platform. It makes them, people tell them they're great. People tell them they're amazing, and they really believe that, and then standards drop, because people think, oh, I've done it a while now, I don't need to put as much of myself into each session or online or at any stage of, whether that's someone just looking at your picture, to someone booking in, to someone coming to the appointment, to someone being at the studio. You can't take your foot off the pedal, you know what I mean? Like, it's a lot. And I see a lot of tattooists that they get a bit of notoriety and they think, okay, now I don't need to work as hard, and now I don't need to give what I used to give. And I see a lot of tattooists kind of drop off a little bit, and I look at them a little differently, because it's not easy being on all the time.
No, it's not. It's
and
a very draining job.
It is. And like with me, I have to be like, I can't give anyone less than 100%. So I see how draining it is. But
do you ever take breaks?
What, in the day?
Like, no, from tattooing.
No,
sometimes.
I haven't had more than 2 days off in 11 years. But I've traveled the world.
Yeah. Wow. So you've been given 100% every day for 11 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
And before that, I worked 7 days a week because I had a 5-day-a-week job, and then I was doing other stuff on the other days.
Yeah, but you still had a social job, right? You were.
Yeah, but it was grim. Like, I don't know what it's like here and what Kevin experienced in Switzerland. Probably a lot better. But my job, like, mostly it was just like cleaning people's, like, and feeding people and getting strangled and getting, stuff thrown at you and for minimum wage. Like, the first job I got, because I got no education and I got a criminal record and all that. So the first job I got in care, it was about 17, 18 years ago. And it was when a thing called 0 hours contracts came out. And that meant that you just got paid for the exact hours you was doing. And my job, you had traveling time. I'd cycle around the city and like go and clean up after people and feed them and give them meds and that. And I didn't get paid for the second I left the apartment.
Yeah.
So I got to the other apartment and I was doing 20 calls a day. And sometimes it would take 30 minutes to get from one place to another. So I was working 6 days a week from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. and I got like £600 a month. And my rent was $550 for for a room in a shared house with students. So I was having to like do criminal stuff to pay my rent and feed myself and that. And then
How old were you?
I mean, this was like between the age of 25 and 32. So I did that for a while. And that's like the tattooing thing, like, and that's what we speak about. Like, some people, it's not just a glamorous job for them. Like, I had nothing. Like, I had zero. So tattooing was my opportunity to make something of my life.
Yeah.
So that's why I think like, if you've been in a studio, especially a studio like this, some tattooists, they love it. They really love it. and some, they just like it.
Yeah.
And that's fine. But sometimes the people that just like it want to be as successful as the people that love it.
Yes.
And that's where they're never going to get there. And that's where certain egos come into effect, where they think they've made it, but to other people might look at them as, well, you've still got a lot of work to do.
Yes.
So yeah, I think there's more amazing people in tattooing than ever before. But there's a lot of people that got into it maybe for not the same reasons.
Yeah.
So you have to be a little selective. But I was speaking to people here, like, it's crazy the community that's built around tattoos and art, and especially like here, like people are fashionable and people like coffee and people like music. And I love that tattooing, you can have it as a base, but then you can explore other areas.
Yeah, definitely.
And yeah, it's nice to see other tattooists try different things, even if it's just the way they work or the way they dress or the way they live. So it's nice.
Yes, it is. I like my co-workers here.
Yeah, for
They're
sure.
so very different from each other.
Yeah.
Tattoo-wise and everything else-wise.
Yeah,
It's very, very fulfilling and
Yeah.
interesting to be around them.
For
For
sure.
sure. You do only handpoke, right?
Yeah.
How come? Is it a motivated choice? Is it
Yeah,
like
kind of.
a conscious thing, or did it just come that way and stay that way?
Yeah. I mean, before the whole like Instagram thing, like if you wanted to tattoo yourself, you couldn't just buy a machine. There was no killer ink. There was no websites. So yeah, like up until like 2015, yeah, if you wanted to tattoo yourself and you wasn't a tattooist, like you had to find a way. And the easiest way was to like handpoke it with something sharp and some ink. So that was my introduction. And then when I moved back to England, I met someone that did like professional handpokes. And I just liked the way it was done. So I had like half my body done by him over the next like 10 years, I'd say. And then as I experimented, I was just more familiar with handpoke, and then started. And again, like even in 2014, it was a very, unless you got an apprenticeship, then you wasn't like valid, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was just tattooing with whatever, like, oh, you got a tattoo needle? Let me get that. I'm going to tattoo myself. So you couldn't just buy a box. Even some of like the needle companies, you had to show where you worked, you know, to prove that you was a real tattooist.
In France as well, you have to have not a license because but some kind of
in England too.
Shop affiliation or something.
And that's why I got like so much love but so much hate, because I didn't do an apprenticeship. I didn't, you know, I was covered in tattoos long before I was a tattooist, so I did that side of it. But how am I going to do an apprenticeship when I got no money? Like, I didn't have no one to pay my rent. Like, well, I took a year out of work to do a free job just because you're going to be taught to tattoo. Like, I couldn't do that. So how was I going to do an apprenticeship? But I still wanted to be a tattooist. So yeah, it was just always handpoke, and then it took off, and I was like, yeah, the handpoke's cool.
Do you ever use a machine? Or
No, never.
No? Did you try though?
Yeah, I've tried. I've tried it, but I'm not a very technical person, so it was just a bit complicated for me. But you know, on my body, I get a lot of machine tattoos. So. And
which one, for you as a customer, which one do you like better? Because I know I don't really like handpoke on myself.
Yeah. I find handpoke a bit gentler. But if I just want like a quick one, I'll be like, And like fine line machine is really gentle. Yeah. But I guess I just like connect with handpokers a lot. So I guess I find it a bit more gentle.
Yeah.
And every day is different, you know.
Mm-hmm. But I know, like, on me, I don't like the feeling of the skin
Yeah. People say that.
rising, like, and the tick. Like,
Yeah.
it makes me
Yeah, a lot of
icky.
people
I
are
don't
like
know.
that.
It's a weird feeling.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because I'm used to the machine or
Yeah.
if it's just because of
A lot of
what
my
it
customers,
feels like.
yeah, a lot of my customers feel like you.
But it's so much more organic
Yeah,
that it's weird to have my body react some
Yeah.
kind of way, you know?
And you can be a bit more experimental with the handpoke.
Mm-hmm.
Like me and a couple of people, we've been using a 222 round shader. So like most of yours is like a 5, a 3, a 7. So we've been using a 222. So that's 222 needles in one needle. That's a coincidence, but yeah, it's like I've got one upstairs. I'll show you. It's the biggest needle on the market, and you can't use it with a machine. It would literally cut the person's arm open. But for hand poking, the line is about that wide. And then,
I want to see.
Yeah, I'll show you.
I want to see the needle, and I want to see how it looks on the skin.
Yeah, I did one already. I did like a whole front, and because of that, and because my friend Cedric in Amsterdam, you might know him. He's a French guy. He does hand poke, Cedric.tattoo or something like that. Actually, you recognize his work, but he's a cool guy and he's very experimental. So we always have good chats about needles and inks. And he said, wouldn't it be cool to have, instead of a round shader, a square shader?
Okay.
So it's not a circle, it's a square.
Yeah.
And then we're going to make heart-shaped needles too. So like a 100 RS, but a heart.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's never been done, but I've got them. And I'm going to Amsterdam in 2 weeks, so I'm going to use one there. It's never been done.
And why? What's the purpose of changing the shape?
I don't know. I don't even know how it will look or work, but it's never been done. So we thought we'd do it. And we'll see what happens.
Okay, pioneers.
But I don't know because if it's a square, you can do a straight line.
Yes.
Easy. But if you do like a curve, it might look a bit square. But on the 16th, my friend who I tattooed with the 222, he's asked me to do a new back piece for him. So I'm going to go as big as I can and use like a 111 square shader.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'll take some videos and that.
I'm sure you will.
But that's the thing, like you couldn't use that in a machine.
Yeah,
like,
no.
It wouldn't work through the grips and the tubes, and it's probably too big really. The machine, it wouldn't be good. But with hand poke, you can do anything.
That's nice.
Yeah.
You have your own field of exploration that the machine guys can't do. That's cool. Do you have a favorite step in the whole tattoo process, meaning the human process, the technical aspect of it, hygienic aspect of it?
Nah, just the finish, just when they see it. That's the best moment I could ever dream of.
Yeah,
like,
the reveal.
It's the best. Some people cry, some people shake, some people are just smiling, some people, the reactions are crazy. So it's nice. That's the best thing. But I love the technical side, but that's stressful because you can mess up. You know what I mean? So when it's gone well, which is most of the time, and they see it, especially if it's like a powerful tattoo, like a lot of my customers, they come to me because it's really means something to them. So I do every day is someone's passed or a pet has disappeared or your uncle gave you this key ring when you were 12 and now you want them words tattooed. So it's always really powerful. But when someone's like lost a family member or a friend or something and they get a tattoo, you can tell they've thought about it for however long. And a tattoo is like fun to us and to a lot of people. Even some of these people that come, they're covered in tattoos. So it's not like your first one or if you're only ever going to get one. It's more casual. But they come and it's something tangible, something concrete, where they can say, my dad passed 6 months ago and I've thought about it every day and his favorite song was this Beatles song with whatever words. And they're nervous, they go through the whole thing, they get it tattooed, and then I just watch their shoulders like drop and they say, oh. And for them, even if a tattoo is all fun and games, it's something powerful. You've done something to mark that memory. And that's the best reaction. I'm not just trying to say that I want all my customers to have lost their uncles and that, but
No.
It's nice when it's such a meaningful word or sentence and they get it and they always just go, oh, and then they start crying and then we have a hug and all that. But just that first moment where they realize that they've actually done something, you know, and it doesn't matter if it's a big tattoo, little tattoo, or whatever, they just always react the same way. And that's of relief or satisfaction, you could say, that
content or...
whatever they've thought about, you know, and not even like a loss. Like some people, they heard, you know, a Spice Girls song when they were 6, and now they're 20, and that song, you know, got them through some good and bad times, and they get it, and they're like, oh yeah, I did that.
It got me thinking, because I really love words. I've always loved writing and words and grammar and everything. I really love that. But I have just one like lettering tattoo, and it's just, it makes me think like if I get words on myself, it would be because it's very very intense, as you said. I would get,
but that makes it
you know,
harder
it would
to pick.
mean more. Let's say it that way, but it would mean more than a drawing or a picture or.
For me too.
That's crazy.
But that's why a lot of my customers, they come, oh, I followed you for 6 years, but I never knew what words to get. And then they find the right words. But it is like, for me, I don't know, like, I don't know what makes art or a good tattoo. But when I see a word, my eyes are kind of drawn to that. Whereas like a rose or an anchor. For me, I'm just a bit like, oh, okay. And that's why a lot of my customers, like I had a really good customer earlier today, and she had some kind of spiky, like modern tribal, and then she just wanted a big sentence just on the side. And I thought the contrast is lovely, and it makes you see both in a way that if we just done like a rose, you know, you'd have noticed the one that you're most into. Whereas when you've got a graphic piece with some text, you see it as a complete thing. And even if there's no correlation, you know what I mean? People think, oh, what does that mean? Or, oh, what's that about? Yeah, so I like that.
Yeah, I just realized for someone who loves words, I don't have words on me.
I mean, I've got a few, but
you have on your eyelids and on your cheeks.
I guess I do. Yeah, I guess I do.
They're really out there.
Well, I always love words.
Yeah.
But I'm dyslexic myself, so I've never been good at reading and writing.
Okay.
But I only found that out like 4 years into tattooing all these words.
Okay. So do you like over check before?
Yeah, and I think I've misspelled every single tattoo.
You've misspelled every single?
I think I've had.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, like if I stare at it for too long, it starts moving.
Yeah.
And then I'm waiting for them to say it's wrong. And they look at it and they say, oh, I love it. And I think, what, really? But then I look at it later and I'm like, oh, it is spelled right. Like today, I tattooed the word house. Yeah. And I swore I tattooed it wrong.
Yeah.
But I didn't.
But sometimes the most basic words.
Just anything. I thought I'd misspelled the word it once. But I knew I hadn't written T-I, and I knew I'd only used the letters I-N-T. But in my head, it looked wrong. Yeah. Even though it couldn't have been. But in my head, it looked wrong. So, yeah, every tattoo.
Is it because you see so many words and letters every day that it gets...
No, I got dyslexia. And I got learning disabilities.
Okay.
So, yeah, I haven't read anything in like 10 years.
Yeah, no, I don't read either.
No. So... Yeah, but it's good. That's why I'm sweating when I'm tattooing, because I'm thinking, oh my God, and then it's too late. Like one time, I was tattooing a word like embarrassed or something like that, a complicated word. I was staring at it and I was halfway through it and I was like, oh my God, I definitely misspelled it. So I excused myself. I said, I'm going to pop to the bathroom, and I Google it, but then I got confused myself and I couldn't remember what I'd tattooed.
Yeah.
But I was sure I'd done it wrong. So I come out and I say, I'm really sorry, I've misspelled your tattoo. And she says, what? And her friend is there and she's on her phone and she says, what are you talking about? It's spelled perfectly. We checked it before we started. And I was like, damn, okay, let's finish.
Okay, you got to sweat for...
Yeah, but literally to me, every single word I tattoo becomes jumbled by the time I finish.
Yeah. Sometimes Kevin would grab me in the studio and make me check before he goes see the customer because he knows I'm so much into grammar and and spelling. He would check past me.
Yeah. Yeah. Now I always check.
I get that. No, I really, even me that I know I have good spelling and everything, I would
definitely
read it 1,000 times over and over.
Yeah. But it adds to the session. Like for me, I can't, like I said, like you can't switch off. You can't just coast through it because for me, like I think I misspelled it. So like, there's no way I can switch off and just like passively do it.
Mm-hmm. But I met a lettering artist through this podcast also. She's a girl and she has a style that is so ignorant that she would introduce, I don't know the English for that, but when you like bar a word,
nice.
you know?
Yeah.
So it makes her not afraid of mistakes. And sometimes in her designs, she makes mistakes on purpose or
I know
just,
people that do that.
Like, that's another way of seeing it. Like, she's not so stressed about spelling anymore because of that.
I think if the customers are into that, it's great.
Yeah.
For me, just that one customer would be like, I didn't want it misspelled. Why'd you do that? And
yeah, no, I understand. You said you were never into drawing or anything, but do you create anything other than tattoos? Do you explore creativity otherwise or no?
I mean, I put a record out like 12, 14 years ago. Do
you play an instrument or sing? Like, what's the record?
I played bass.
Oh, nice.
But I never played bass before, and I only had like 5 days before the first show. It was like a punk rock band, like a queer punk band. And I was just hanging out with musicians and a promoter. And he said, we got a show in London on Friday. If you put the band together, you can open. And I was there and someone had given me this bass, but it only had like 3 strings.
Okay.
And I'd never played it. And so we just started like practicing. And they showed me how to just go like ding, 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 like that. And then,
bass.
Because really, like, I'd never done anything like lasting. I'd been a professional athlete and all this, but that's forgotten about really quickly. So I wanted to give my mum something that would last, like she could forget about and lose it, and someone finds it in 1,000 years. And so I thought the easiest way would be to put a record out. So I just got a band together, and they was all like proper musicians. So I was just like tagging along. But we played a bunch of shows, put the record out, and then I didn't have time. I was working a lot and doing other stuff, and it was fun for a bit.
So it was like a one-time thing. I mean,
we played like 50 shows in 3 months. Sometimes we play like 4 or 5 shows a week because we couldn't afford to practice. And we played in Brighton a lot, in London, and then put the record out and give it to my mum. And that was that.
And it was done.
Yeah. It's a hard industry, music.
Yeah.
Like, it's very rare you're going to be able to make something of it. And it's a lot of time and a lot of energy.
Yes.
But I just wanted to experience it.
And you said you were professional athletes. What did you do?
I played basketball.
Ooh.
Yeah, I moved to America when I was 17.
Oh, that's why?
Yeah.
To pursue basketball?
Yeah, that's the only reason I went.
Yeah. Where in the U.S. were you?
Mostly North Carolina, but I lived in New York and Boston and Tennessee. I was there for 5 years.
Yeah.
So I did 1.5 years of high school and then a few years at university. But I never went to class or anything.
Yeah. Just basketball?
Yeah, they just wanted me to play basketball. But it was interesting. Like, people would buy me cars, and I was eating lobster every week and getting posh clothes, and I was prom king, I was homecoming king.
So you had the full American experience.
Yeah, it was
Very
mad.
cliche
It was mad.
American.
It was mad. And like, I was just a
Wow.
young kid from
Yeah.
nowhere. Like, from
And were you like, I don't know, were you drafted? That's how it said.
nah,
No?
out there, because I was only 17.
Yeah.
So that you're still in school in
Yeah.
America till you're like 18 or 19. So I went to high school, and they don't pay you, but people would give me stuff. Like, I was living with like foster parents, and they was all rich. So I was living like a king, but no one actually gave me really much money. Like, the coach would give me some money here and there. And then I did well in high school, because my first year I had to go illegally because of my criminal record at home.
Yeah.
I couldn't get a student visa until I turned 18, and my previous record was wiped.
Okay.
So the first year, my coach, he was like a kind of dodgy guy from New York. And he said, I know you can't come legally, but don't worry. The basketball season is only 6 months. So he could get me a tourist visa for 6 months.
Okay.
And he said, you're going to sit in class, but you can't enroll
Yeah.
because that would be illegal.
You just sit in.
But we're going to pretend you're in school.
Yeah.
And I didn't care. Like, I dropped out of school years before that.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, sounds good. And so did that. And then my senior year, I was able to get a visa. But then I never went to school.
Yeah.
So I didn't have very good grades. So I couldn't go to like a posh university. And then, yeah, it just was fun. But then it wasn't. It was a lot of work.
Yeah.
You know, training 4 times a day, and people, one day they're telling you you're great, the next day they're telling you you're the worst. And I missed my mum. So after 5 years, and I got arrested, so I had to come home.
Yeah.
And that was that.
Wow.
But then I played professionally in England for a bit.
Okay.
And yeah.
So many lives.
Yeah. It's been a busy 43 years.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. One of my last question is the complete opposite, and it's I call it unfair question because I wouldn't be able to answer it myself,
Okay.
but I still ask it because
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
curious. Where do you picture yourself 10 years from now?
I mean, really, my life is perfect.
Oh.
There's problems, obviously, but my life, I feel like, is paradise. So if I'm doing the exact same thing in 10 years, I'll be very happy. But if, I'd like to do a bit more modeling, a bit more like media stuff, and I'd like to start doing stuff like this, like podcast and YouTube and little TikTok things. And like you said, one of the first things you said is showing who the tattooist is.
Yeah.
Because there's a million tattooists, right? But if people connect with you as a person, it might just be your coffee order or your trousers or, the way you do your makeup. But that's going to make someone feel more connected.
Yes, definitely.
And that's the only thing I care about with tattooing and art and social media, is that whoever sees my work or comes to get a tattoo feels like they're part of a community. So that's what I care about, is just being part of a community. And if I can continue to do that, then I'll be happy.
Okay, I'll follow that journey for sure. For sure. And my final question, it's about your like culture, like
Oh, yeah.
what are you listening to lately? What are you watching? What do you
okay.
play, if you play anything game-wise?
I listen to music constantly, and I watch like YouTube and Netflix and that a lot. So lately,
What are your go-tos lately?
I've been listening to a lot of the first Prodigy albums.
Yeah,
The very first 2, before Keith became the vocalist. They was incredible. And I listen to a lot of like soul and Afrobeat and some like folky type stuff. And I watched that White Lotus. That was very good.
I couldn't get through it.
It was not. I like the way it
stopped
was.
after
But it was very American, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But my favorite is like Normal People, Fleabag, All of Us Strangers. I could watch that over and over again.
Fleabag is just the best thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like. Actually, I don't know what it's like from a man's perspective. But from a woman's perspective, it's just so on point.
Yeah, very,
it's
very.
So well written and...
Yeah, very.
Wow.
Yeah, I like that whole sort of subgenre of TV and films.
Yeah. And like, UK is good for that.
Yeah, we have some good stuff like that.
Yeah, I reckon. Yeah. I want more British recommendations. Normal People I've never watched, but it's British, right?
Yeah. It's got Paul Mescal in. It's a famous actor now.
Yeah.
And one of my friends played his mum, a very good Irish actress named Sarah Green.
Okay.
I tattooed her partner who's in Snow Patrol, and now me and them are friends.
I was listening to Snow Patrol this morning.
Yeah, I tattooed the guitarist like 9 months ago. Nice guy.
Oh, wow.
And his fiance is a famous actress.
Okay.
She was in Normal People, which is one of my favorite shows ever.
I've never watched it because it looks very sentimental and sad. And I was like, no, I'm not ready for this.
Nah, but it's good.
But yeah, I heard it was very good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Normal People is not as sad as All of Us Strangers, the film.
Yeah, I haven't watched that either.
That has Andrew Scott, who played the priest, and it has Paul Mescal, who's in Normal People.
Yes.
That was a tearjerker.
Yeah. I remember the posters in the subway, and I was good. Like, there's no way I'm going to go cry in the cinema.
Yeah, you got to be ready.
But now it's been released on streaming in France, and I said to myself, I'm going to watch that.
Yeah, watch it.
Definitely. Yeah, I love Andrew Scott.
Me too.
Not because, of course, because of the priest, but because of Sherlock originally.
Yeah.
I really love that guy.
Yeah.
Okay, I will watch. I will follow your taste.
I'll give you a Fleabag tattoo next time.
Oh my God. You know, right after I finished it for the first time, I was like, I need to get something. And I couldn't think of anything because I usually don't think of words. And I was trying to picture something and I was like, maybe a fox, maybe, I don't know. But okay, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, was it like Neil? That's the word he says, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe too intense. Okay, I'll think of words. Do you have any questions, any words of wisdom, anything to say before we close off?
Nah, that's it.
Okay. Thank you, Patrick.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you very much for chatting with me.
Anytime.
Bye-bye. Thank you everyone who listened to this episode. You can find Patrick on Instagram at European.sun.420. And I'll see you next week for another very special episode with another great handpoke tattoo artist. Talk to you next week. Thank you for this trade. Bye.
Le phénomène tatouage, finalement, n'affecte qu'une minorité de gens en France, non ?